Do you know three benefits of tracking your expenses, especially if you do it by the day? Hey, Jason here. If you're new to the channel, I've been an expat slash nomad for 10 years now. I'm on my fourth country, third continent, here in Lusaka, Zambia, where I've now just started. I now have permanent residence, and I'm really starting to settle down and really establish roots and establish my life. And so, one of the things I've been talking about is what I've learned along this 10-year journey, but also I'm walking you through as I'm reestablishing myself financially here in Africa, in the continent of Africa, as an immigrant. And I'm doing this because I want you to see too that anyone can do it. It first takes financial literacy, then it takes financial freedom. And that's why what we're doing right now is the 30-day financial goal. And so today is day number 9, and we're going to talk about the 3 benefits of tracking your expenses. Now, if you're here on YouTube, you can actually catch this live. You are actually about 2 days behind from everyone else. So if you want to catch it live, make sure you go to TikTok, Jason Chaney 777, and follow me there. And hey, how you doing, TikTok? This is Jason here. And today is day number 9, and we're going over track your expenses. But instead of just tracking your expenses, I want to explain to you 3 benefits of tracking your expenses. And so let's go ahead and get into day 9. So the first benefit of tracking your expenses is you get a better control over your finances. If you're stressed out every month, if you sudden things just come up and you just don't feel like you ever have enough money to make it through the month, you need to track your expenses. It's not saying you don't know what you're doing. It's just saying there's places where you're probably spending money or setting money aside that you're not aware of. You need to start becoming aware of it. And if you've been following along for the entire 9 days, you may have noticed this is the second time we're talking about track your expenses. That's because it's very important. Like, you don't just track your expenses once and that's enough. You need to track it weekly, if not daily. I would recommend at the very least weekly and monthly, but you do eventually need to start tracking it daily. So like today is September 30th, tomorrow is the 1st. Like today for me, Jimmy, hey, how you doing, brother? So like for me today is when I spent a lot of money, or what I like to call invested a lot of money. I like to change my diction when it comes to how I use money financially. So for me, it's one of my heavy investment days. And I know this every single month around right when the 1st is coming up, that's when I pay all of my bills. So I've paid my rent. I've already topped up on my electricity for the month. I already paid my internet. That is already taken care of, which is my Starlink. And I've also paid on my land. And plus, I've paid myself as far as putting money aside to where I put money aside that I do not touch. All of those things are already taken care of. The rest of the month, I don't have much left to do. In the month that technically haven't even started yet, but the beautiful thing about it is I don't have any unforeseen expenses. So like what I mean by unforeseen expenses, if I want to go to the movies, I know I have the money in the bank in my account to be able to go to the movies. If I want to go out to eat, I know I have that money to go out to eat. I don't have to worry about, okay, if I go do this, am I dipping into my rent? Am I dipping into this bill? I never liked being stressed out over bills. And so that was one of the reasons why I really wanted to gain control of my finances. Hey, don't call me Mr. Chaney, brother. Like, come on now. I work for a living. Well, technically, I don't work for a living, but you know what I mean, brother. Just call me Jay, man. But how you doing, brother? You feeling better now, man? I hope everything's going with you. I've been putting you in my morning meditation, sending positive energy your way. And so, and see, YouTube, this is what you're missing out. You get to talk to me live over here on TikTok. And so make sure you're going over there and you can catch me live. I usually go live every single day at 4 p.m. or 1600 Zambian time. So if you're in the U.S., I think that's about maybe 7 or 8 in the morning your time. I believe so. And so because I wanted better control over my finances, I became a real stickler with tracking what I'm spending. When I saw back in the day when I was in my house in DeSoto that I was spending over $300 a month on gourmet cheese, I was embarrassed. I can laugh about it now, but when I was going through that moment, I was so embarrassed. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was so freaking embarrassed. I'm like, when you think you're doing better And then you just realize you're just wasting just as much money into some nonsense. And so that was a big wake up call for me. And that was one of the things that actually made me want to change and do better. Almost here. Hey, I'm glad to hear that, brother. You almost there. Hey, just take it one day at a time, man. One day at a time. And I don't know if you're Christian or not, but even if you're not, I will say take this phrase from the Bible when the people like how it says when you're sick, say I am strong or I'm healthy. So just keep telling yourself I'm strong, I am healthy, I'm strong, I am healthy, and just keep telling yourself that over and over, brother. And then the second reason why you want to start tracking your expenses is you will have a faster progress towards your goal. Like you can't reach your goal any faster if you're waiting on that magical day of having more money. That day's not going to come. And what I mean by it's not going to come, psychologically, even when you start earning more money, it's going to already be set aside because you're going to already subconsciously spend it. I don't know why they do not teach finances in school. If schools started to teach finances properly, everyone would know you cannot out earn your debt. There's no magical number that you're going to reach and then your life change. Your life is going to change when you start understanding how to utilize the money you have coming in. And this is one of the biggest lies that school is teaching us. Oh, go get a good education, get a good job. It doesn't matter if you get a good job if you don't know how to manage the money. And take, for instance, someone like Whoopi Goldberg. She has been acting as long as I've been alive. Like this woman has been in Hollywood longer than I've been alive on this planet. And I saw an article where she was saying she doesn't have enough money to retire. And I think they said she's making $650,000 a year. Let me check. How much is Whoopi Goldberg earning? Like it's crazy, but this is a prime example. For how much is Whoopi Goldberg earning? Her net worth is an estimated $30 million. With $30 million, what could you do with that? I would hope you would say that could change your life. I'm telling you right now, here in Zambia, if I just had $250,000, 250,000 US dollars in cash right now, it would set up not only myself, but it would set up my generations. At least my great grandkids will be benefiting from that $250,000. And this woman is sitting on a net worth of $30 million plus. Let's see. Let me see. How much is she earning from The View? And this is one thing I love about the internet. It gives you everybody's information. Okay, Whoopi Goldberg currently has a net worth 20 million, has earned an estimated 130. She's earned an estimated $130 million in pre-tax income from her time on The View. So let's just say taxing 60%. Let's just say 50. So that would mean she'll be about $65 million cash on hand after paying her taxes. And she's saying she is not able to retire. Why is that? Everyone else in the world will be like, man, $65 million. I am perfect. I'm set. Nothing will hold me back. But she's there and she's not able to retire. She's not tracking her expenses. She doesn't understand how to budget. Her money psychology is poor. And this is why when I tell people stop getting offensive, being offended when someone is saying poor or poverty mindset, poor mindset, those things apply to people with a lot of money also. Poor does not mean broke. Poor is about your mind. If your mind is not instilled with financial literacy, you have a poor mindset. You have a poverty mindset. This is what the system wants us to be. This is why the system wants us to feel offended when someone used those words. And we need to quit being offended by them and start realizing, wait, I don't want to have a poor mindset. I don't want to have a poverty mindset. When I started understanding that instead of being a victim when it comes to my finances, thinking like, oh, these rich people got it easy. That's when I started taking advantage and changing my life. My life did not change because I'm American. My life didn't change because Obama was the first black president. My life didn't change because I went to the military. My life started to change because I started understanding I had a poor poverty mindset. I didn't understand financial literacy. You cannot have an abundant mindset and you don't have an understanding of financial literacy. And this is where school is failing us. School is not teaching us this. The teachers in school who's supposed to be teaching us for life, for to set us up to start our life, they do not understand this. Teachers are broke. And I'm not saying that to be mean. Teachers are very valuable people, but at the end of the day, they're not equipped to teach the children or the next generation. Who cares what 1 + 1 equals? Who cares if you know how to read in English and all of that? Those things don't matter. Once you get into adulthood, what matters is, can you manage your finances? Do you know how to manage your money? Like, those are the things that actually matter. Is that my sister? I'm trying to see if that's my sister right there. Okay, no, it's not. Thought that was my little sister hopping out. And this is where school and even college is not doing us any favors. Where it's they're teaching us bad habits. Like, how many people go to university and they're drinking, they're partying, they're using all of that school education money they get on the side instead of creating a business, which to me, every college should be forcing kids in universities to create a business, a side hustle. Instead, they're pretty much telling you to go drink. They're telling you to go party. They're telling you to go do bad behaviors. And then once you finish your education, you have to pay all this money back. And then there's no jobs to go to. How many people know someone that went and got an advanced degree and they're struggling to find a job? I get tired of seeing people with chemist degrees, lawyers, all of these different engineers, architects, and then they're driving a Yango or an Uber because that's the only way for them to really start making enough money to take care of their lives and their family. This nonsense has to stop. We have to start focusing on financial literacy. And Whoopi Goldberg is a prime example of, it doesn't matter how much money you're earning. If you are not financially literate, you're never going to be able to out earn your circumstances or situations. And when I read her situation, I was like, this is crazy. For this woman to have been in Hollywood for well over 40 years, and she's sitting here complaining that she's going to have to work until the day she passed away, it baffles me. Like, it baffles me. And I hope it baffles you too. And I hope it's like shooting some light bulbs in your head to where it's like, wait, something's not clicking here. Something's not adding up. And then the third reason why you want to start tracking your expenses is it reduces stress and surprises. I'm stress free. I'm going into next month stress free. I'm not stressed out. All of my monthly bills are paid off. Even if tomorrow or the next day, if I spent all of my excess disposable income, I still have my money set aside for my groceries, and I still have money set aside if I want to go to the movies or something. I'm not stressed. And I'm not saying that to brag or boast. I'm saying it as a point, like, you can do that too. I'm an example. For me to go less than 15 years ago of having payday loans, car title loans, punting stuff, to where I am today, it's a miracle. And if you would have told me back when I had all those car title loans and drowning in credit card debt, I'm getting all of these little credit cards here and there to pay off one, robbing from Paul to, stealing from Peter to pay Paul. Like, I was doing that. I was living that life. Now I just have one credit card. I cut off every other credit card I had when I had them at zero. I cut them all off. I was like, dude, I don't need it. I don't even need the temptation anymore. I have one credit card that I use. I do live off of that for the month, and I pay it off every month. That is all I do. Like, and you can do this also. Like, it's very simple. If you're going through each and every one of these days for the next 30 days, and you start applying the actual action steps. Saying you do something sounds nice, but actually doing it is what's going to empower you. And so the action step for today is record all of your expenses for the next 24 hours. Now, this is actually really good because we're going into the next month, which means this is when it's the next billing cycle for most people. So for the next 24 hours, if you haven't downloaded the budgeting tracker, make sure you do so. If you're here on TikTok, shoot me the DM and I will send you the link for the budgeting tracker. I put it together just for you. If you're on YouTube, just go down in the description. There's the budgeting tracker under there. Yes, it says smoothies, but just highlight it, copy and paste, and it is actually the budgeting tracker. I just haven't been able to change the name of it for some reason. And actually write it down. If you don't want to do the budgeting tracker, get a piece of paper, write it down. Write it down. Do not use your phone. Write it down. We've gotten so crippled from this digital world now, we don't even realize the value and the power of writing something down. Write it down. Please hear me on that. The next 24 hours, track every last bit of your expenses and write it down. And don't just write down, oh, I spent $2. Oh, I spent $3. Where did the money go to? Did you spend $2 on a biscuit? Did you spend $20 on gas? Did you spend $15 on your light bill? What did you spend it on? You need to know where you're spending this stuff. You need to know where your money is going. So please do the action step. Because I've had people emailing me, oh, I don't know if I'm not seeing any benefits from it. And then as soon as I ask them, are you doing the action steps? No, you're not going to get any benefit from it. My first 2 years, I was very stubborn. I kept saying like, oh, I know this stuff. I know this. I know this. And guess what? Those 2 years, nothing changed in my life. Nothing got better. Nothing improved until I started doing the action steps, becoming coachable, and stop letting the identity that I held up, I'm an adult, I know everything, get in my way. Then I started progressing in life. I started realizing there's stuff I don't know. And I'm okay with admitting that. Even to this day, there are a lot of things in this world I don't know. I don't know how to speak Yanja. I don't know how to speak Bimba. I don't know how to speak Zulu. I do not know how to build a skyscraper. All of these different things I do not know. Even with finances, I'm always learning something new. I'm always watching something, learning something new from someone. Because the moment you start realizing you do not know everything, you can start gaining and understanding everything. And it all takes is just a little bit of humbleness and just admitting to yourself, hey, this is not an area of my life that I have under control. Let me go find someone who knows a little bit more than I do. And so hope you got some benefit from that. I'm going to actually cut off YouTube right now. TikTok, just hold on 1 second. So for YouTube, just remember, track your expenses. I have the budgeting tracker down underneath below in the description for you. It is called the smoothie guide or something like that, but it is a budgeting tracker. Just highlight it, copy and paste it in your URL, and it will come up for you. And you can actually fill everything out, and you're able to track your budget for not only the day, but for the month and for the year also. And so if you have any questions or comments, just leave those down below. And just remember this, I'm Jason, and success is simple once you know how.